Okay, so with the test print complete, my next thing is to try one of these Hell's Bells models. So it should take up 1/4 of the plate. It's a 0.6 millimeter nozzle on this one, so definitely easy to compare with the TronXY, and of course the ones I printed on the Neptune 3 and 4 Max were using a 0.4 millimeter nozzle, which is finer, which you expect to take more time. So, but 10% infill, sliced and diced. So I'm about to go and start. So I'm going to let this thing run and see how long it takes for it to hopefully spit out one of these models in one piece. So I'm going to let that run. It's estimating an amazing 9 hours, which is pretty damn fast. But we shall see. Let's see how it comes out, and most importantly, how good the quality is at the end. Okay, good morning everyone. So bright and early on Monday morning, and I'm going to go back to work, so I won't be able to do too much now, but print finished and took 9 hours and 5 minutes. And let's go. There we go. Yep. That's the brim dangling there. So let me put it somewhere where we can compare it with the earlier completed one. Now this was done on one of the Elegoo 3 or 4 Max machines. I can't remember which one because they looked identical. But considering this is a much bigger layer height, the one over there, which I painted up, is a 0.15, and this is a 0.3 layer height with a 0.6 nozzle as opposed to a 0.4. I've got to say, it looks really nice. Lettering came out good. Yeah, very impressed with that. There's a little bit of string in there which easily be removed. I put the seam on the back, so let's nip it around. There it is. Put the seam on the back to get that out of the way. So looking at this one, yeah, put the seams on the side here. Quite as obvious. Did this one on Cura. So yeah, very nice indeed. So my next plan, and I'll probably have to leave it running because I won't have time to watch it finish because I've got to head off to work, like I mentioned, is I'm going to set the layer height down a lot lower and see how it comes out on a finer setting. And also let me go and dig up the times so we can compare how that actually did to the other bells that I printed on different machines. So give me a second. I wrote them down on a bit of paper somewhere. Now I've got to find the bit of paper. Okay, so before I start any more prints on it, I'm going to go into the settings here. I've gone into the network and added my home network machine, so now I'm active on the network. Come back in here, go to advanced settings. A couple of things that are definitely worth doing. First of all, input shaping. I'm going to run them, and if I go back, also the PID detection. So I'm going to run these two. They'll take a while, but hopefully it'll improve the quality of the overall machine as well. Right, let that run. Right, so I dug around and I found my TronXY bell that I did way back over a year ago. So excuse the dust and grime on it a bit, and a bit of paint spray and things. But so there's the TronXY, same layer height, same nozzle size. One that just came off the Giga. I know it's in black, so kind of harder to tell, but quality wise, I'd say they're, yeah, neck and neck there. Let's put a finger test on there. Actually feels smoother on the Elegoo. Yeah, in fact, it actually feels much smoother on the Elegoo. And then of course that's a Neptune 3 or 4, can't remember which, with the finest layer height and a 0.4 nozzle, and that really is, whoa, lovely finish. So yeah, so apart from quality, which I'd say we have a better quality on the Elegoo, let's talk about speeds. So the first one I ran off on a Neptune 3 Max took 60 hours and 30 minutes with a 0.15 layer height. You'd expect that to be a bit longer. The Neptune 4 Max, however, you know, Klipper versus Marlin, that cut it down from 60 hours, 30 minutes to 23 hours and 45 minutes with the same 0.4 millimeter nozzle, 0.15 layer height. So a massive difference, almost a third of the time needed on that one. The TronXY, with its 0.6 millimeter nozzle, of course, going back to Marlin again, it did it in a respectable 25 hours and 23 minutes, which again was still way ahead of the Neptune 3 Max, and we can put that down to the layer height and the nozzle size, allowing it to print faster. So those are our 3 benchmarks. So how did this one do? All right, so we're really direct comparison to the TronXY. So the TronXY, 25 hours and 23 minutes. And of course, this one, 9 hours and 5 minutes. So, you know, again, nearly a third of the time. With, I'd say, slightly better quality. But again, you know, Klipper versus Marlin, and latest technology, vibration cancellation, all that good stuff that the TronXY didn't have. Definitely a winner there. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to step up and leave one printing, which of course you won't get to see until probably end of the month, which will be the 0.18 layer height, which is what my slicer has for the finest settings for that 0.6 nozzle. So let me go, and I've already sliced it, put it on the memory stick, and let that go and run. This final print's going. The print. There's my Buddha. Oh heck, no, I don't want my Buddha, I want my bell. There we go. It's my bell. Print. And off he goes. So let's see how this finer quality one comes out.